Hey, it's been like almost 1 month since I filmed like a proper video, and that's because, well, I do have my reasons, and it's that I think given the quarantine, most of what I do every day is just the same. Like, I play video games every day, I just go to sleep, I go to social media, I watch movies and shows, and yeah, and I think it's gonna be like pretty boring to just watch me do the same thing over and over again. So, well, I didn't film any of those moments, just some of it, so that I could use it for this video. And, well, here in this video, this is my way of explaining what I've been doing for the past few days into few days, last few weeks. It's my way of explaining everything that I've been doing into one video. And with that, let's get this shot first. And yeah, let's start. I'm gonna divide this video into three parts. First being, okay, so when I stopped filming, like talking to the camera, it was because I was watching a lot of Naruto then. Because, well, currently I'm watching Boruto, but with that I didn't finish, well, the original Naruto series. I think I finished the original one, but I didn't finish the Shippuden one. So I thought with all the free time I might as well finish the Shippuden one. But I did finish the manga of the Shippuden one, but I didn't get to watch the anime, and I was like really curious about how the anime was, and I saw a lot of really cool clips about it. So, well, I dedicated my time to finishing the entire series. So that was like, I think I ended the last episode I watched from Naruto Shippuden was like 220 or something, and there was like 500 episodes of me to finish. So, well, I just got my phone and I watched and I watched and I watched, and, well, to make it fast, I skipped all of the fillers. And yeah, so once I finished it, it was a really great series. I really enjoyed it. Besides from all the flashbacks and stuff, the action scenes were really amazing, and it just really reminded me a lot about my childhood, about why I like Naruto so much. And, well, if you want to watch a great series, watch Naruto. It's really great. And aside from all of its fighting scenes and all of its powers and stuff like that, it also has a lot of great lessons. And, well, it's just, for me, it's also something that was really inspiring to watch Naruto go on and fight for what he believes in. And yeah, it's really inspiring me. So yeah, it's a really inspiring show. It's really awesome, and it's a definitely recommended watch. Okay, for part 2, I'm gonna be talking about movies. So, the past few weeks, I've actually been watching a movie every night, trying to catch myself up to all the classics, all the Oscar winning movies, and, a lot of other movies that people are talking about and really love. So, I thought that this quarantine I'd catch up on that, because I haven't really been able to watch a lot of movies for the past couple of years. So, here's my review of all the movies I've watched so far. But I'm just gonna take like one or two sentences to summarize what I think about the movie, because I've watched a lot of movies so far. So, for the first movie, Moonrise Kingdom. Moonrise Kingdom is about a love story between two, well, young teenagers, and it was a really interesting and unique story, because it's quite different from traditional love stories you see. So if you want to watch something that's really quirky, really different, and still interesting at the same time, I'd recommend watching Moonrise Kingdom. It's directed by Wes Anderson, which is why also looks great, like in terms of color. Next, I think the next movie I watched was Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and this movie I've been really wanting to watch for a long time because well everybody's been talking about it since last year, and it was too bad I didn't get to catch it in the cinemas, but now I was able to watch it, and it was something also another really cool movie. I really enjoyed the animation, the art style, and of course for me I really love action and superhero movies, so I really enjoyed the film. And yeah, also the Jordans that Miles was wearing, I really like it as well. And I think I'm considering on trying to make a Jordan outfit work similar to Miles because well I really like this style in the movie, and maybe I could try to incorporate it in my daily life. Next, I watched Little Women, and Little Women was another great film. It was based on a book by Louisa May Alcott. I think that's her name. But yeah, the movie based on the book. I know it's not exactly like the book because like Greta Gerwig did like some personal added some personal artistic creativity to it, and well it was really great. It really shows that it was such it was such an amazing story, like how it revolved around the sisters and everything they do, and like how what brought them together, what separated them, and how they grew up, and it was just a really heartwarming story about well family. And if you're interested in watching something like that, I recommend Little Women. Next, I also watched Clueless. This is the first classic I've watched this quarantine, and it was really fun because I wanted to watch Clueless because well back when I got hospitalized long ago when I was in high school, I turned on the TV and there on the TV it was Clueless, and well I only got to watch like half of the movie. That's why well I wanted to finish it and watch it now, and it was really funny. I really liked it. Like I really liked her accent. I don't know the actress's name, but as if like that was really fun to watch. And at first actually I was really confused because at the beginning of the movie they said that what's his name again, that wait that Josh, right? At the beginning of the movie they said that Josh was Cher's stepbrother, and I was like, when they were getting together at the end of the film, I was kind of a little bit weirded out because, well, aren't they related by blood? But then I read about stepbrothers and stuff, and well, they're not related by blood, so yeah, that's a good thing. Next, I watched Birdman, or The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance, and this was like one of the first movies that made me go like, huh, what? In terms of like, it's not like I didn't understand the movie, but actually I kind of didn't understand it because I really didn't know what was going on. Like I didn't know if some scenes were real, if some scenes were not, but well, I watched a video that was kind of explaining it, and there was like, well, there are many interpretations, and the director like didn't didn't give out an explicit explanation as to what was going on in the movie because well he left it open for interpretation. And well, yeah, even though it was really hard to understand at first, it is a really interesting story about well how you could get tangled up in your past life, and well the journey of trying to become someone who well it's just, well the main plot line of the story was about a guy who wanted to escape his old image because he didn't want to become attached to that, and he wanted to prove that he was more than that. So if you want to watch something like that, watch Birdman. Next, the next movie I watched was Hello, Love, Goodbye, and I really wanted to watch this because, well, they said it was the highest grossing Filipino film ever, and I was really interested in knowing why or what made it so. And well, yeah, by the end of it, while watching the movie, I did like it. I the cast worked well together, and it was just a really a really interesting way to get yourself into the OFW lifestyle in Hong Kong, and well, the way they incorporated a love story into it, it was I'd say it was well done. And by the end of the movie, well, they didn't. Well, I'm proud that the the lead, I forgot her names, Catherine Barnard. I'm just It was really great that they actually showed that sometimes your dreams sometimes you want to pursue your dreams first before like your love interest, and sometimes it's not always about love, it's sometimes about yourself. And yeah, I really like that message. Next, the next movie I watched was Kiki's Delivery Service, and this was like my second Studio Ghibli film ever. My first one was My Neighbor Totoro, and well, this second one I really liked it. Like, it was such an interesting story, and to be honest, I didn't know what to expect out of this film because I haven't really watched a lot of Studio Ghibli films. But yeah, also at the end of it, I really enjoyed it. It was such a masterpiece, like the way that the story was told, and like how unique it was, and well, how interesting the characters was, and how the art style and everything. It was just really amazing, and that just goes to show that Studio Ghibli has a really amazing world, and I continue to realize that as I continue to watch more of its movies, which I will be talking about next. And yeah, but before that, since I started watching movies, I thought of making like um a pattern of what movies I will watch so that I could get a little bit of everything. So the pattern is um American slash international movies, but yeah, mostly American movies, followed by Filipino movies, and then third, Studio Ghibli films. So that's my pattern: American, Filipino, Studio Ghibli, so that I could get a little bit of everything. So the last movie I watched was Kiki's Delivery Service. So the next movie I watched was Dunkirk. And to be honest, I thought that I wouldn't enjoy Dunkirk because it was a war movie, and it's not like I have any prejudice towards war movies, but I just don't watch a lot of it, and that's why I thought it wouldn't interest me that much. But it was a really great watch, and it really subverted my expectations because it was a really great story. It was a really interesting watch, and it's just wow. I mean, like, wow, it was a really great movie, and it was also a great story to watch. And yeah, Harry Styles was there, and I was quite surprised. I didn't know he was going to be there. I think it was said on social media a couple of years ago, but I forgot about it. But yeah, overall, besides Harry Styles, Dunkirk was a really great movie with the way they illustrated. Oh yeah, okay, I remember now. The way Dunkirk was a really great movie is that how it tied three different timelines together into one big movie. I mean, into one final scene, and it's just really such a great way to tell the story, and it was a really unique way of telling the story. Next, so after that, I watched. Well, I think people consider this a classic, which I haven't watched yet, and it was Four Sisters and a Wedding. And yeah, I also really enjoyed the movie. It was a really funny movie, and well, to be honest, I really like cheesy Filipino movies. Like I like the sort of kilig that sometimes I get out of, even though it's cheesy out of Filipino movies. Kilig, or like, what's the English word for kilig? Mm, well, I don't know, because I know there's not an exact translation, but basically it's this feeling of like it's a tingle that you feel all over your body when you watch somebody get successfully gets successfully falls in love, or when someone does something really romantic and you just feel that really positive energy. And yeah, that's the way I would describe it. And I really like the movie, like the way they, well, it was an interesting contrast between characters and what a different party wanted to do with another, and it was just a great movie about self-discovery. Next, so the next movie I watched was Spirited Away, and wow, I can't believe it was so beautiful. And to be honest, before I watched this, I also didn't know what to expect out of this film, because like I really didn't know what to expect, but I came out of it pleasantly surprised, and just wow, the details were just amazing, the monsters and everything, and especially the cute ducks. But like wow, it's just a really great story. And well, it's the movie that won Oscars best, and it won an Oscar back in 2001, I think. And well, it really deserved it, even. And yeah, it was just such an amazing world, the way the world was built, and well, and how well the character grew throughout the movie. And I really like that movie, and that just makes me want to watch more Ghibli films. Okay, next, after Spirited Away, I watched 12 Years a Slave, and that movie was just really, it was really, oh, I missed the movie, but never mind. That movie was just really eye-opening in a sense, but yeah, that movie was really eye-opening because it brought you into the world of black people and how they dealt with slavery, and how slavery really was back in the day, and how well the story of 12 Years a Slave is based off a true story of the main character. And it was a really great way, I guess, for you to help understand how bad slavery was really back then, and that it was something that was really cruel, and it really damaged the lives of a lot of people. So well, the lesson there is that all of us are equal. There shouldn't be any differences between us, and that oppression is it's a really bad thing. And I don't know. I just watching the movie made me really sad to think about what happened during the past, and I'm really glad that that's not happening now, like the same scale. And yeah, actually, there's also a lot of lessons that could be gotten out of the movie. Like I read an article about what the movie was based on. It was based on a book, and well, basically in the book, the author said that the system is really messed up. And well, well, I said I'll keep the review short, so if you want to read the article, I'll leave it down below. Next, also I forgot to mention this movie. I also watched Moonlight, and wow, it was also a really interesting and unique story because well, the way they told it, it was a coming of age. It was a coming of age story of well, a, of of a black kid, and it's just really interesting, you know, to see and well try to understand how different cultures like come of age, I guess, because yeah, not every single race comes of age in a different in the same style, and well, I don't know exactly how to explain the feeling of the movie, but it's just a really great coming of age story, and the scenes were so beautifully, is that a word? Because they were depicted so beautifully, so it's like really raw and could really feel the emotion in it. After that, after 12 Years a Slave, I watched LSS, or Last Song Syndrome, and I heard this movie was well, a lot of people like this movie, so like they weren't giving it any bad ratings, so I watched it, and it's a Filipino movie about well about romance once again, but with the background being full on Ben and Ben songs. And yeah, if you watch the movie, you're gonna understand that it's just really a way to promote Ben and Ben again. It's just a way to promote Ben and Ben, I guess, with just a love story to support that. But in spite of that, I really like the ways the I really like the cinematography. Like it's a really beautiful movie, to be honest. The colors were just great, and I really felt mesmerized by the places they were going to, and listening to Ben and Ben songs, which if you know listening to Ben and Ben songs are just really such a great it, well, their songs are just such a great way to express emotion, to feel emotion, and well, even though it's not a really unique and interesting and compelling story, in a sense that it's not something new, I guess. I really really like listening to the songs, and well, I did cry listening to the songs because that's just how emotional Ben and Ben can be. Next, so after that, I watched Howl's Moving Castle, and just wow, it was another wow film because it was such an interesting story. It was really different. It was really unique, and I really love the characters, especially. Well, I really like Calcifer because he was such a cute fire, and well, I really love the characters of this movie, especially Calcifer. Like he's so cute, like he was such a cute one, and I really like the story, the way they talked about how struggles and how he fell in love with Sophie, and how he's trying his best to stop the war on hand. Yeah, and I guess the only thing I'd say was lacking from that movie was the intentions behind the war. Like it wasn't fully explained at all why they were going at war to the first place, which motivated, you know, a lot of the characters. But I think there's some motivation behind it, like there's some reason behind the scenes. Like I guess that just means I have to watch another explaining video about it, because you know I know that because from Spirited Away, I know from Spirited Away that Miyazaki based his films out of some real life events that was going on, so like as a parallel. So maybe Howl's Moving Castle was a parallel to some war that was going on currently, and well, I need to read more about that. And then finally, the very last movie I watched was just yesterday was The Green Book. And at first, I really didn't know what to expect out of The Green Book. Like, I know it won an Oscar, and I really didn't know what the story was about. And when I first read like a summary, I didn't find it that interesting. But I watched the trailer, and well, it helped me get an idea gave me an idea about what the movie was really about. So well, I started watching it once and for all. So I watched it, and it was also another really sad story. But the story, well, the point of the movie was not about being sad. Well, yeah, it is about being kind of sad that circumstances was like that back then. But I think the whole main point of the movie was how, like, I know the movie was about, it's also another true story about two people, mainly Piano Man, I forgot his name, and bodyguard guy, like how they become close throughout the entire journey, and how they learn a lot about each other. And well, I don't know if this was true, but at the beginning of the movie, right, bodyguard man didn't like the black people, so when they came to his house, so he threw those glasses away in the fridge. I didn't know if that was the reason why he threw them away, if he didn't like black people or something. But well, as the movie progressed, you see that he actually stands up for his friend. I'll call him his friend because yeah, he was his friend, and how they bonded over the entire journey. And yeah, it was another really, really interesting story, and I really loved watching it. And yeah, there's also a lot of lessons to be learned from there. So yeah, if you want to watch a really what would I say, this type of movies, just it's about friendship and about friendship and about friendship and another movie about how bad racism really is. And yeah, that wraps up most of the movies I've watched so far. I think these are the movies. I forgot any, but I think these are all the movies. So with that said and done, let's move on to part 3. So at the beginning of this video, I told you that I haven't been making videos the past few days, because I haven't been filming the past few days because I found that what I was doing was kind of redundant, and that it just might get kind of boring. And I know the whole point of this case is to live life, and well, I am, but it's just really redundant because we're stuck at home, and well, I just thought it wouldn't be that nice to watch each and every day. And even though I also make these videos for memories, it's just the same thing every day, so I didn't bother. Anyway, so with that said, I wanted to actually counter that. Like, I want to, well, even though I've been doing the same things, I thought that maybe this time finally starting now, I could do something to help me improve myself. And yeah, even though I've been doing productive work as well, like I've been trying to catch up on my videos, I wanted, well, to use this time I have to learn a skill, and that skill is singing. Yeah, so for the next couple of weeks or so, maybe I'll do it for 1 month. I'll be trying to learn how to improve my singing, and like I'm gonna try to make cover every day, and that cover is gonna be my content for my living, and that cover is gonna be what I'm gonna be filming for my living life series, because yeah, it's living life because I'm trying to learn a new skill. And yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna be doing for the next few videos. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much what I've been doing for the past few days: video games, movies, social media, and well, I can't wait to start tomorrow with my new with my new thing thing to do. Like I'm gonna learn how to start singing, and for the longest time I really wanted to learn how to sing better, so I'm taking this, well, this time I have to learn how to sing better, and I'm really excited for that. So start hopefully I'll be brave enough to start making covers tomorrow. And yeah, I really hope that I could learn to improve my singing throughout the next few weeks.